Jai Baba. Jai Baba. So Baba's here again in his pink coat, as always smiling with his signature blessing and saying, be happy, cheerful, and always under my love and grace. What would you like to ask or hear today?
Baba, if you could choose a topic today and give a discourse of your choice.
Baba Singh, I have spoken so much in the past, which you all are aware of. And it's always good to go back and ponder on everything that has been spoken. Because over a period of time, we keep forgetting the gist and the essence of what has already been spoken. And hence, I have said that in this birth, I have not really come to preach, but I have come to awaken.
Right.
So it is in the interest of everyone to keep going back to all the conversations that I've had in the past. So many books people have written. I have written. So it's always good to go back and read and refresh. Because the whole aim is to absorb what has been already spoken and put into action. Rather than just every time having a new topic to speak on. And then we move away from the very essence of what already we have. So we must cherish what we have, and of course in these times the most important thing is to stay in patience, to stay positive, know that these are very changing times as always, but some things come very starkly on our face at times, and sometimes it's very subtle. So what the world is experiencing at the moment is something which is very stark and on everyone's face. And hence it's very important that each one of us in our own way and capacity understand what it means for us to begin with individually, and then relate at a more holistic way and in a more holistic level with the rest of the universe. Because if it is a change that's impacting you, then certainly it's like a rippling effect and it's affecting at a larger level.
Right.
So what can you do? How can you contribute? What is your take on this? What is your contribution? How you think you are going to be part of this huge and humongous change that is taking place? So the responsibility starts with each one of us, rather than focusing on saying what someone else needs to do right or what my government needs to do right, because everybody will work in the better interest and give you guidelines to follow. But how much you are going to actually impress upon that or apply to your own being to begin with is most important. And hence, those were different days when we used to live, when I was existing amongst in human form with everybody, and there was literally directives given. But in today's world, and also in a more virtual world, it's very important to keep going back to what has been said, spoken, what you've heard, so that you can relive those messages, so that you can absorb more. Because every time you go back to what has been said, you always get a new perspective, no matter what you think that you have been able to grasp. But if you hear something or read something again, it does give you a different meaning.
So what is you're pointing towards which ones? Maybe you can just touch
So
upon.
I'm saying every message that I have given in the past, one should keep going back to those messages, keep listening to them again and again, get the gist of what is said, and most importantly, apply. Just listening to it and waiting for something else, it really doesn't help. Because it's only when you keep practicing you get perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you could, if you want to revise, so for today's message, maybe you want to bring in 1 or 2 points from your past.
There have been so many messages on how to enhance your own spiritual goal.
Hmm.
That should be the sense of gathering your peace, gathering your calm, and literally applying that. Because I'm sure even if there were 5 conversations going backwards, you don't remember that, right? So you need to keep listening to all of them again and again. We spoke on spiritual endurance in the past. We've spoken on your own spiritual well-being. We've spoken on how things impact in the universe at a larger level, um, and so many more. So it's really important that we keep going back. We always keep talking about going back to our roots, holding on to our roots, and our uh, all that we hear, we say, we gather, we listen, we absorb, right? So it's the same concept.
Okay, then I will probably keep this that short, and I'll put this message as back to basics.
Yes, absolutely.
Back to basics, and
It's really, really very important. It's not about me giving a new talk today. It's not difficult for me to do that, but it is very important that I reiterate and I make everybody understand. Like, do you really remember what was spoken in the last conversation? I don't think so.
so you're
So
saying
it's
let's,
good to sometimes give a bit of a break,
yeah,
you know, go back, refresh. We do that. We do
repeat and refresh,
repeat and refresh. We do
repeat,
these
refresh,
refresh
and
training programs all the time, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, and back to basics
Back
again.
to basics, and again we start again because then we know we have not lost the foundation from where we begin. It's very important to hold on to the foundation, and once you hold on to a strong foundation, you can always keep building on it.
Right. So we'll keep it short, Baba. We want, because we got the message. All that you're saying, instead of another message today,
Correct.
you want to repeat the old messages, refresh those
Yes.
in the memory again,
Yes,
and basically go back to the basics of what you had mentioned in past.
that's correct. Yes.
Okay, I'll keep it at that. Yeah.